Sorry, but chat is currently unavailable.
You're
Okay.
live.
And I'm live.
You're
Of
live
course.
now.
Wait. Yeah, I am. You too. Very good. Very good. Good morning, everybody. It's Deb and Sue
And Sue.
from Zionsville, and we are Flock Around the Table. July
6th. But happy 4th of July. Hope
yes.
everybody has a
Also,
happy 4th
I have no
of
idea
July.
what number it is.
220
Holy crap.
on a cracker.
Holy crap.
220.
Yeah, we're at about a year. 5 years.
I was like, we're at about a year. No, we're at about 5 years.
Yeah, 5 years you've been putting up with us, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my gosh. You know?
Well, there's nobody here yet, so.
That's okay, but they'll see it when they watch the tape or view it later.
Yeah.
And I'm thanking them all completely for coming in and spending their time with us and, making time for us and everything else.
I know.
During the
My
silliness
camera
that we
being
move around, you never know. Might be the day today that we figure it out.
No.
But you never know.
No, it won't be today. I won't figure it out.
No, it's not going to happen. The world is not meant for that. So, I hope you all had a good 4th, fireworks and everything.
Well, I had a great 4th. And
yeah.
Carly was here. Our fireworks were fantastic.
Carly came.
Yep, Carly was here.
What's she doing?
She's good.
You guys know her.
Of course.
And now it's doing it.
Of course it is.
That's okay.
Yeah, well.
She likes the fireworks. I know.
Yeah, she's like, no, I put it on an annual event on her calendar, my 4th of July party.
So cute.
3rd of July parties.
Yeah. So cute.
Yeah.
I didn't make it this year. Someone ate all my fruit salad and I got mad. So
she was having a little tizzy fit.
That's okay. I was. And
she came by the next day though and saw Tori.
And saw Tori. So that was important. And as I refer to the problem as chaos, which is known as sister-in-law. And so it turned out to be somewhat whatever. And then so
we don't need to talk about that. That's not fun.
And back to my life. We're back to being chilled. Dogs exhausted from keeping an eye on her.
Oh, and I'm sure.
And everything else.
So Abner's on vacation now.
It's like, oh shit, I dropped my foot. I mean, my shoe.
Her shoe, not her foot.
My foot's still there, but my shoe fell off my foot.
Her feet are both still connected.
Yeah, they're there. Are they? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I got them. So I'm good. So yeah, it was good. And then the 4th of July, I didn't know that actual fireworks like bottle rockets were legal in Indiana. I didn't know that.
It's probably just class B or something, whatever, but that are illegal and above.
They had a big group over there, the ones over this way with the kids and everything. And I'm up in bed watching, and all of a sudden I hear this spatter on the roof, and it sounded like rain. It was the particles from the rocket, from the fireworks that they were shooting off. And I'm thinking, did they hire a professional to come in and do this? Because I know there are people out there that do that now, neighborhoods where you hire people.
We're not that far away from border states that some states actually do allow fireworks.
What some did. I know sparklers were like as far as we were when we were kids too. It was
but
I love sparklers, but they're not good either because they can burn you from the stuff that flops off. But I know things.
Okay, anything with a flame can burn you.
That's true.
Anywhere.
Because that thing, it's like.
Do you know you burn from your stove?
Well, we're going to have to get close enough to it to use it to figure that out.
I heard a statistic like nobody died in New York City on July 4th.
Yes. How do you like that?
Yay.
Well, that go down to the waterfront to watch those.
Yeah.
Especially from the Jersey side, because it's amazing that you get to see. Someday to get to Washington, D.C.
Tori was there on the 4th once.
God, I'd love to do that.
She was there for the 4th one year.
Our trainer, exercise guy, was in Boston with his girlfriend and the kids, and they were actually reserved the girlfriend with the kids reserved a spot, so they were down on the water and got tickets and everything to be in this place so that they could watch the fireworks. So, and that would be cool too, because the U.S. Constitution, which is the oldest ship, is like 200. I mean, that's the one from the Revolutionary War back in 1776,
Yeah.
and
250
it
years.
goes out. It sails out because it has to sail at least once a year to stay commissioned.
Mm.
And it's an actually commissioned ship. So they go out.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it goes out every year. So it's a big thing every year for that to happen. Yeah. So that'd be one of my opportunities to go. DC, I would love to do, but I'm not. I'd have to park my ass. I'd have to become a homeless person for like 3 days to park myself on the mall to get a good spot to actually see, because it fills up so quickly and stuff. But I think that would be kind of
I
fun.
think it was the summer between Tori's 9th and 10th grade year
Oh,
that she did the 4th in DC, and then she did the next 30 days over in Europe.
Oh my God, how wonderful would that be? I'd love 30 days in Europe. Yeah.
Started in Austria and then
Salzburg is my new.
ended in Greece.
Yeah.
Went down. Ended in Greece.
That would be so cool.
Yeah.
Salzburg in Austria is my new go-to place. Yeah. There was a picture on my Microsoft. They do these places every once in a while, and so they put it up, and Salzburg was the screen thing, and it was like, oh. So I was reading all about it. It was fun. There's castles and old buildings, and I just love going through all those old architecture things. And I don't remember half of it, but I love going through it, And plus, there's always tchotchke stores that I can go to, so that's always fun. Speaking of tchotchke, I had to work it in somehow, guys. Check this out.
Like she wouldn't work in her tchotchke something or other. So
it's just a little light.
It looks like an old jelly jar,
and actually,
but it's plastic.
Yeah, so that's what it looks like.
But at nighttime. It
would be perfect.
It shines like little.
Right, yeah. It spokes out when you have the dark. But anyway, my husband brought it home from Meyer.
It's plastic.
My husband brought it home.
It's plastic with an LED light.
Yeah.
Isn't it fun? Is it recharged? Oh no, it's battery operated.
No. Oh, we have.
That would be
enough batteries.
Like the colonial houses with the 14 front windows.
Oh, I know.
Have one of those in each window.
Right. That would be so cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
And at Christmas time, people
put
the candle in the windows,
and they hang the small little wreath in each window with a red bow. Yeah. Yeah.
Can't do that. So he bought this. He said, I said, you're buying me tchotchke stuff now? And he said, well, you should take it to Sue. And I said, of course I will. But I said, you've been her ally. I said, you were her ally when it came to me and my tchotchke, picking on me for tchotchke. And he goes, yeah, but I'm not buying you milk duds, so I'll buy you this. I'm like, yeah, you're right.
That's totally fair. And speaking of tchotchke, the little sheep toilet paper holder thing that she brought me yesterday, I had seen them before.
Right.
But whatever. I didn't get it. But because she brought it over and now it's in my bathroom, now my Amazon cart has bathroom attire filled with sheep. So when my bathroom is done,
post it and give them pictures.
I will give you guys a photo tour, a video tour of the bathroom.
It's going to be beyond cute. Yeah.
And of course, the first thing that I showed you, I sent a picture. I sent it to my daughter for her approval. And she's like, she said something kind of a little teenager snarky back to me. And she's not a teenager. She's 34. But it was a little snarky back to me. And I went, touche. But I don't care.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you what she said. But my remark back to her was touche. Like I agreed.
Right.
I agreed with what she said. But I don't care.
Right.
Yeah. I'm not going to tell you what she said because I think it would be more fun as a surprise to you once it's up and done. And I get your guys' reactions.
Well, and the funny thing is,
And I love the other thing that I found.
oh yeah, I mean totally. But we're not going to tell you that.
We're not
because
gonna tell you
that's
any
okay.
of it.
But I have to admit, when
But
I
it
went
will
home,
be sheep and yarn. It will
Kind of.
be sheep and
yeah,
yarn inspired bathroom.
right. Yeah, and I actually went home on yesterday, Friday, and did I come over yesterday? No, Friday. Friday, I went home and I started looking up. And when I left here, I went to Hobby Lobby. But I did remember. Did I tell you? I
Yeah,
remembered.
you remembered. I live really relatively close to a Hobby Lobby now. It wasn't near when I moved here, but
No, it is now.
normally, I mean, when you come to my house, when she comes to my house, it's on Sunday and Hobby Lobby is always closed.
Right.
So when she came on Friday, she's like, I'm going to Hobby Lobby.
Yep.
And then as she was leaving her house, she's like, I can't remember why I'm
No.
going to Hobby Lobby, but I'm going there anyway.
Right. I'm
When
serious.
she's there, she texts me.
Yeah,
I
I
remember
figured
why
out.
I
I
wanted to
remember
buy
what
a
it was.
tape.
But I did look through to see if there's any sheep stuff
Yeah.
there because they always have like those crazy cute cabinets that are totally
Oh,
not
yeah.
functional and they don't even work all that great, but they're a little more expensive than what they should be. Even on sale, I think they're a little more expensive, but that's okay.
I don't think so, but
OMG, when you go in a oh god, fall is up.
well, I like it is
Christmas-
July. I mean, August is
Christmas is all over, and
yeah, and they got
Fall
Christmas at
is like-
40% off now.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Speaking of Christmas in July, our shop is 25% off right now. Christmas in July,
good
and I
segment.
just put up new Christmas ones.
Isn't they cute?
These little guys.
They the best.
Of course, I found them because my daughter was here and she was helping me get organized with a few things, and of course, I found those. And I was like, they're not up in the shop, you know.
No,
So
I better get them
so I
up.
better put them up. Yeah.
And I'm always amazed that she's like, well, I have X number of listings, and no, I haven't listed this, and now I have, and I'm thinking, holy crap. I wouldn't be able to remember 12 of the things I have up there.
195 now.
Holy gosh. Get on there, guys.
And I have another one that is in the works. Because I have come to a decision with myself.
Okay.
That when something expires, like nobody's bought any of something
Sure.
for 3 months, that it goes into a giveaway, or like if it's rings
Mhm.
and they haven't sold,
Right.
then the rings go into my kaleidoscope. So I
Okay.
have a kaleidoscope listing of rings where
Right.
they're retired. I say they're retired
Right.
ring colors, or I'm just trying to find a new colorway
Sure.
combination. So I dump in a bunch of different color beads
Sure.
and a
kind
bunch of different color
things.
rings, and I just start making them. But yes, Black as My Heart has retired,
Oh,
which was a red ring with a black bead.
yes.
That one has officially retired.
So
So we have a new one that's going to emerge.
do a
From
black
the,
with the red bead and call it
No,
bloody.
I don't have any red ring listings
Okay.
now that this one is retired. So it'll be another red one. It'll be another red ring.
Okay. That you got to figure out. Yeah.
Yep. So it's in the works.
And her
That will
brain's always
probably be
going.
the next. That will probably be the next listing.
And her brain is so creative. So
Don't put that up. It'll just make a So at any rate, oh yeah, my daughter, this was another reason why the bathroom is changing, because my daughter, before she even crosses the threshold of the front door, she hands me a thing and goes, "Here, Mom, this is Christmas and birthday, Christmas, whatever." And I go, "Okay." And it's not even wrapped. It's not even in a bag.
no,
Which is fine. Whatever. So it was the cutest ever sheep yarn bowl.
Beyond amazing.
It's beyond cute. I don't think I've ever seen one like it, but
No.
at any rate, it's the cutest ever, like little lamb with the pink rosy cheeks.
Bubbly skin.
Yeah, bubbly ceramic yarn bowl.
Yeah.
I don't really use yarn bowls, which, but is totally cute. So it would go into,
The bathroom.
well, my
Or
initial
wherever.
thought was totally works in my yarn room.
Yeah.
I mean,
oh, it does.
and I'm like, I will stack a couple of big pink
Right.
balls of yarn in
I
there
would.
and display
right.
it and be totally cute in
Right,
there.
because you can think of her every time you see it. Because
Yep,
you're in there
absolutely.
a lot. And it'd be fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then my thought went, I needed a bigger bowl for my candy because I give candy away for
Right.
everything.
Right.
And I needed a bigger bowl for my candy. And then I was like, well, maybe it would kind of fall out the heck. And then I went, I could put it in the bathroom and put potpourri in it. Or
Perfect.
hand towels or something.
Or something. How fun is that?
And I'm like, okay, this is perfect now because now I can bring pink into the bathroom.
Totally. And I'm going to get pink sheep soap. I'm going to look and find white and pink.
So the bathroom will be white, black, and pink.
Yep. And I'm going to find.
Because pink isn't my favorite color or anything
no,
anyway.
Not at all. And she really, which I'm very surprised with you liking pink. And I mean, seriously, when she picks out yarn as a rule, unless it's for somebody else, she has a pink hue to it. I mean, every once in a while she'll pick out
there's some sort of pink in there
there's
somewhere.
usually something going towards that family or can be worn with pink.
Look,
even this is kind of a corally pink.
It's corally pink.
So
I'm a pink girl. I like pink.
Me, it looks that way. And I wore pink today with this because I was wearing black and white.
She's got on my favorite pink, baby pink.
Yeah, the baby pink here. Yeah, I got that. And I wore my pin.
Warning. This is proof I have the patience to stab something 1,000 times. So along with the cute little sheep yarn bowl, she gave me sheep needle cover stoppers, and then the little cow stoppers, and then thread cutters, which she gave me 3 of them. Okay, they must have come in a 3-pack. Okay, so if you want one or need one, they're the multicolored. Oh, okay, they're cool looking. Okay, so she just hands me stuff, and I went, I really kind of thought about having these in my shop, and then I'm like, no, I have too much.
Another obsession that you another thing, say. Right? Because I've looked at, there was a thing online about using fingering yarn as a weaving yarn, like actually using it on a loom, and how that would work, and how they were doing this, and I don't even remember what it was, and I sort of watched it, and I immediately got out, and because I thought, oh God, I don't need to figure something else out. Because
I don't need another thing.
She had the cutest tabletop little loom thing that she just sort of, and she had such a rhythm with it. Foot, clip, foot, clip.
Would it make could you make like a scarf?
Yeah, that's what she was doing. She was making scarves.
That would be cool.
Yeah. And I thought, no. And then she was just making fabric in general. That, and then her daughter put the edge on it. They were showing how the daughter finishes the edge of it so that you could actually, sew the edge to edge. If you cut it, you have to like steek it or something like that. You would. But the edge to edge, so you could make an actual garment with it. And it looked so pliable, like a napkin. They were just working with it. And I was so impressed with them, but I turned it off.
Yeah, because what you need is another thing. Now, maybe somebody like Colleen
is very good about doing one thing and doing it well, and that before moving on to the next thing.
But she also always is looking for something she wants to whittle her yarn down, but I think it's because she just wants to buy more.
Right, I think so too. And she's not one that buys a lot of yarn. So Colleen, you need to get with it.
But she has great relatives who
her mother-in-law
gives her
the best yarn. She does no kind of needlework. But this woman picks out the best colors and the best, softest, crunchiest stuff there is. So yeah, she finished a cowl.
Good yarn.
Yeah. And
yarn.
Not just going into some store and seeing it like, oh my God, I'm in Dollar Tree. Look, there's a yarn. So I'll buy this for her. No, she
No,
goes to real yarn shops and sees the colors and has
and
actually
asks and talks,
right and
asks
talks to people.
questions.
It's amazing. Yeah.
Gets like some of the greatest yarns.
No. And I was like, oh
Yeah.
man, I really like that. So anyway, yeah, but coming to somebody like that who can, she gets it perfected and she doesn't move on until she gets to another.
I probably would love something like that, but
Yeah. I'm not, I'm like a triathlon person. I knit, crochet, and cross stitch, but I added sewing in, so I don't know if there's a quad thing. So we'll put the cross stitch out.
that
So
which
knit,
yeah, what
knit,
like
crochet, and
it,
sew.
yeah,
Yeah, and you stitch marker, knit,
knit and
and
crochet.
crochet. So we're
But I
like,
still don't do. I've yeah, I kind of feel like I don't do enough of any.
your stitch markers kind of take the up off. And when you get going, like when you're not doing other things and work isn't involved and things like that, there are times that you really can buzz it out because
I
you do
mean,
real
that's
well.
fair.
Yeah,
This
this
feels
is great.
This feels like it's taking me forever.
God, I can understand why it
But
does.
it's because it's knit purl, and so I only do, 30 or 40 stitches, and then I have to put it
She
down.
pulled it out last week. She had actually
I
stopped.
pulled it out, and I pulled it out to exactly here.
Look at the way that the ribbing is working. Look, striping effect. Love, love, love that. It's for somebody she knows and loves. She's spending all this time doing a knit one through the back loop and purling.
I thought I had tanked it perfectly, y'all. To exactly the right place. And I learned over the years that when you pull your needles out and you just rip out knitting and you have to put your needles back on, that for me at least, I almost inevitably have to still tink another row because I never know which way my loop is going to go on. Right. And so some could be the right way and some are going to be backwards and I need to flip so I just tink one more row. And so that's what I did with this. I tinked one, I pulled it out, I ripped it, and then I put it back on the needle and I tinked one more row back. And I thought I had done it exactly perfectly. And I'm like, yay for me. Oh my God, I can't believe I did this perfectly.
Yeah. But
I didn't. Here's the wrong side. Well, and you can see exactly where the ridge is. Right? You can see it. I mean, it's obvious.
Yeah.
But it's also the perfect place for a fold.
So she came up with a solution that
yeah. So if you're going to do a full hat in ribbing, one by one ribbing, all the way up until you
do your thing.
Until you start to do your thing, throw in one row of regular knit, and so that when you fold, it folds perfectly.
Look, you've just created a style element and you don't even realize it.
I didn't even realize it.
I know. How cool.
It folds itself perfectly on that.
Yeah, it does.
On that ridge.
And especially if you're one of those people who wear it folded.
Which this person does.
Right, and this person does. And that would save you in a lot of respects.
Of course.
Having to figure out how to get and if you did want to do the inside where you know exactly where to fold it.
Of course, this person does one of these.
Oh, I know.
And then, so it's not folded in the back. It's folded like 3/4 of the way, all the way up in the front.
That's true. He does sort of do that. Yeah, you're right.
He's mine.
And
I claim him.
Yeah.
Nobody else has to.
We all have those moments where we have something like that.
Nobody else has to claim. Just me.
Yeah. But everybody else is like, what kills me about mine.
But I do like how.
Oh, I love this thing is that, and that's fiber seed.
This is fiber seed.
Yeah, and isn't that just the greatest effect? Yeah, I mean,
which is why I'm taking.
We should send a picture to them.
Taking the time to do the frickin' ribbing.
Right. Send a picture to her and let her know how gorgeous that turned out.
Yeah,
because that
on
just
size 6, 120.
Yeah.
This gauge, this is what it does.
Pull. This. Yeah. Yeah. speaking of hats, I'm still working on my hat. She's got her
On
sand,
the silly sand hat, yes.
and I'm gonna take.
You're
and
going to be
put-
done with yours way before me.
Yeah, and I take and put mine on
She's going to do magic
big
loop.
ones because I'm gonna try doing magic loop with them. Because I figured this is a good one to try and figure out, get the rhythm of it instead of, constantly.
You should talk with Karen.
losing. Karen doesn't. She
On
says it's
Tuesday.
really
On
easy.
Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Here,
Yeah,
maybe.
that'll work. So yeah, but anyway, that's what I'm gonna do. And the blanket is going into a bit of a timeout.
Oh,
June's-
the
yeah.
square blanket?
Yeah, June Square is giving me a hassle.
Okay, well,
And-
could you just skip June and go to July?
I might.
Yeah,
And
do
because
that.
I'm just gonna do that, and then I can go back to June. when
Yeah,
I'm
whatever,
done
yeah.
messing with it.
that's what I would do.
But I also began to actually finish. So, I mean, seriously finish an actual object. So, of course, those wonderful guys called Leading Men
Oh,
sent
damn
out their
them.
Thursday thing, or maybe it was the first. No, I think it was the first because I have it already. It was the beginning of the month. They tell you the color and everything. So, of course, their great thing now is they are making a hat set. Now, how perfect is that?
Of course.
So you get the yarn like this, which is their DK, okay?
Nice.
And they
The
send you
perfect palm to go with
to
it.
go with it.
Do they give you a pattern?
No,
Oh,
but they have suggestions
Of
that
course.
you can easily go on Ravelry. But I found one. I don't know if I found it from them or if I found it elsewhere, but it's really cool. First, I
Okay.
was like, I don't get it because it comes out to 96 stitches, and then it's like, I figured it out. It's called the spiral hat. I don't know if you can see it very well. Okay. And it's a purl 3, knit 3, or knit 3 and purl 3, whatever. And then you add 1 stitch at the end. Okay. 1 stitch at the end.
so it moves one
And then you
stitch.
move the stitch marker. When you get to the end, you slip the stitch marker,
Mhm.
knit a stitch or do a purl stitch or whatever it is, and then you start the pattern all over again. And it makes that spiral going up, which you can kind of see over here.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And I thought, now isn't that just the coolest thing? And I don't have to
That-
count, and I don't have to do anything, like
Well, you don't have to
spreadsheet.
count any more than 3.
Right. So, and it's a free download on Ravelry.
Spiral
So,
hat.
Spiral hat.
It's kind of like is it called the cowl that Colleen just posted?
Yes, very similar. But she has like little fiddly stitches in there.
No, there isn't.
Oh,
And
but she
because
did
I've
a
done
great
it,
job.
I need to find it.
yeah,
I-
she did a good job on it. And the funny thing is, she started that in January
Yeah.
and she finished it now.
Well, she probably wasn't working. She would have. That's a fun one
She
to
did
do.
a lot on the ship. Did a lot.
That's
on
a
the
fun
ship.
one to do, actually.
Because on the ship she did that. I did 6 other things too, but she just did. I mean, she did that.
That one's like you knit 30, place marker, yarn over, purl 6 or something, yarn over, marker,
Yeah, stuff like
and
that.
then like you shift, but it's shifted
Shift
by
by
one
one. So that
each row.
as you go
So
up.
it goes around and then it puckers. It has this little pucker that yeah. It's really
cute.
cool.
Yeah,
If I remember, I will look up the
and we're not
the
ignoring
pattern
you.
and put it in.
Guys, we're not ignoring you. It just is the chat's not. So
Yeah, I don't know why
I don't know.
it's
so
so
I said,
it's
like, we're not saying hi.
yeah, I don't understand why it's
So that you-
yeah.
So anyway, this is called Hot Flash, and it's got some pink and brown and reddish color to it. So yeah, that's her color of the month. Hot Flash.
Yeah. Looks like
Yeah.
it matches
It
my
does. It matches your thing
my
perfectly.
thing perfect.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, it
How
matches it
cool
really
is
good.
that?
Hmm.
What?
Might have to wear this with leggings
Yeah.
and boots
And
and,
a
a
hat.
hat
There
this
you go.
winter.
So yeah, and it's kind of got it's a brown pop.
It burgundy
Yeah.
to go with it. It matches the dark speckles in that yarn
Yeah.
perfectly.
So that was amazing, and I thank them for enabling me to get
Yeah,
into
them
this.
enablers.
Well, it's last in, first out.
Yeah.
You just got it. So now I'm going to make something with this yarn.
Yeah. Mhm.
So I'm far better off if I do that and start, ridding myself of all the other specs there
Yeah.
that I'm never going to get to.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Do you have anything else going on?
no, just got to, so here.
Oh,
Very good.
yeah.
Oh, it's not. Granted, you see it a little better in the pink.
Mhm.
I mean, for you guys, you would see a little bit more of what it will want to be, but not too bad. Yeah,
So the hat ones they send out that way, or do you request it to be wound?
you can request it to be wound.
Yeah, I was just gonna say,
Yeah,
most
you can
dyers
put it.
you can request it to be wound.
It's green.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's green.
This is how far I am on my Santa hat.
Look at that. But I love the charms.
Well, that's my marker for my next decrease.
I just love it.
And I think my
this
next one will have to be the little Rudolph,
is-
the red nose.
I'm gonna put some of the Christmas charms at the bottom near my pom-pom when I finish it. Because you're supposed to finish it with the color. You go back to this color at the end. You don't have to if you don't want to, but that's what she says. And then you wind down. So for me, I'm going to do a pom-pom in every color. She is going to make the pom-pom. And then I thought that would be so cute to put little charms and the little Christmas things
I
at
think
the
you
very
should.
bottom.
I think you should put the color pom pom on the actual color itself, going all the way down the tail. Like it
Wouldn't
would
that
look
be
like
cute?
look like
clown
a.
hat.
Well, no, it would look like a unicorn mane.
Oh yeah, I hadn't thought about that. How fun would that be, guys?
The little teeny tiny pom poms.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, my little ones I could put on your socks.
Yeah.
Those
Well,
would be-
not those
not
ones,
those,
but
something
real
like
yarn
that,
ones.
Real yarn ones.
Real yarn ones that
Yeah.
your friend Sue makes for you.
Yeah, that would be really good because she makes the best pom poms, guys. Trust me. I am the worst pom pom maker.
And then you could actually put them through and just tie them so that you could take
so
them
you
off.
just take them off. Yeah.
Mhm.
But I'm actually, as I'm getting down towards here, figuring out where maybe you have to kind of sew a little bit or pull a little bit type thing, or when you're sewing your ends in, it's a bit fiddly to get in here. And I'm going to have to do it this way, I think. Stitch my ends in, because when you pull it this way,
Why would you? Why
Yeah.
are you doing that now? Stop.
I always do my ends as I go. I do a few sections and then I do the ends.
Put needle stoppers on it and go in this way then. Just turn it this way.
Yeah, that's true.
Just go in like this and just
See,
do it.
they're all done, but I don't cut them until after I block it.
But just continue to go like
Yeah.
this and just.
But I was thinking by the time I get down to this end, I don't really care if there's stuff at this end.
Right.
You wouldn't see it
Who
anyway.
gives
You
a-
won't see it much
Who
beyond.
gives a flying hoot,
Yeah,
Nanny?
this anyway. So next is blue. No, next is yellow and then blue. So I have to get these wound because you never know. And I'm going to do another hat, but I don't know which one.
Well, you need to do that hat.
I will. Ta-da!
You
Isn't
guys
this fun?
count. You guys. We showed that one last week, I think.
Oh, we did. No, we showed my Madeline Tosh last week. Maybe we did. This came
my
from
God, see.
Canada. Yeah.
So you just got that one.
No, it came. I bought it when I was up there. It might even come from Tracy's truck.
I could swear we've already showed that one.
No, my other one, my Madeline Tosh, but we probably could because I don't remember. And I meant to have you wind it and get that far.
Okay, so we need to wind a few things.
I ordered this on Tuesday, and I have it today on Sunday. Actually, I had it yesterday, maybe even Friday. Those
Well,
guys
it's
are
even coming.
fantastic.
It's just coming from Illinois.
They're fantastic. They do it like zam, crunch, and then if you don't get on there like within the first few days, they have to dye more, and they will too because they're very good about that. So
Yeah, so order lots of Carnival.
yeah, he hates doing that one, but it makes up such a pretty color.
It's a
And
very
they
cool
don't retire
colorway.
they don't retire their colors.
I know.
Yeah. And Brenda and Heather have their Stranger Things line going type thing. but I don't know anything about Stranger Things, but I really like the colors.
So
Some
then
of
just
that,
order
I
it
will.
anyway.
I will when I see the individual colors. Because
I thought I saw that them coming out with something different new.
I don't remember, but if they did, that was one of the things, and
I
they're
think
coming
they
up with
did.
something.
Heather, Brenda, if you're watching this, and I can't remember the new things that
You could tell us now, but we can't see it, so,
Sorry,
you know.
I'm a dork and I can't remember.
I can't either.
I'm just almost certain that I saw something of theirs new. Burr Oak Studios is putting out some really cool things too. If you haven't seen
No,
that,
no,
she does
that jewelry,
the jewelry out of the old metal knitting needles.
they're so
Oh
cute.
my God, they are so awesome. If you have not checked out Burr Oak Studios, go do so.
Yeah, please do, because she does really.
She does fantastic things with
Yeah.
those.
It's named-
Earrings, jewelry.
Oh yeah, necklace, and she does little workshops and things. And she comes to the knit shops and things. So there you have it. You know,
She's fantastic.
She's good, and she brings all these little things on, and they come up all this stuff. And you know, for me, like, and some of the other people in the class were like wanted to put more. She's like, no, less is more when it comes to this stuff. So they see what it actually is, because at first they just see a very colorful necklace, and then they look at it and go, oh my God, those are knitting needles, especially to another knitter. They understand.
Yeah.
You know, and crochet.
And she does stuff with crochet hooks too.
Yeah.
Old
Crochet hooks.
Old crochet hooks.
So yeah, she
So
does.
she takes donations.
Yeah, she does.
Takes
And
donations.
so you get a hold of them. So other than that,
I don't really either.
So and besides, we don't keep breathing. So we're, you know. This hot weather really bothers her, and we're getting a lot of smoke from Canada up here because it's been hazy, and we're just getting, you know, I don't think we're getting the Sahara dust like
No,
they
I
are
don't
on the eastern seaboard,
but
we are
Canada.
getting Canadian.
I don't know if we're getting it anymore, but
every
I know
once
we
in a
did.
while, we did last year. In fact, at one point, it was almost like there was fog out there, and it wasn't. It was the actual.
And we did this year. We got some this year.
Now it's more the humidity, just in general. It's just like 90 plus degrees. It's supposed to rain today, but we've only been getting like pop-up things from the other. But
it better rain because
my
plants need some agua.
Oh, I know what they do. And our lawn is starting to look very, very yellow.
So is ours.
Well, and he loves to water. So I know my water bill will go through the roof.
We haven't watered our lawn at all. And we have our lawn mowed by a company, a service.
Yeah.
And they only mow if it needs to be mowed.
Very good.
So they don't just come in on Monday and do on Monday, whatever. No, he only mows when it needs to mow. So sometimes in June, he'll mow 6-7 times because, you know, it needs to be mowed more than once a week.
Now in the summer.
And now, like,
he's like, sure, take the week off. You guys will see you next week.
He's like, I'm going on vacation for 9 days. Everybody's lawn's going to be fine.
Yeah. So
especially the Modlinskis, because they have mowed. Then he gets upset with us because we don't water it, because then it doesn't grow.
Well, my sister, she doesn't pay any attention. She's not in her gardening. She has these beautiful, and her massive weeds are going, because she put a sprinkler in system a couple years ago because she didn't have mom to go out and water for her, because my mom was the one that watered. She moved the hoses and she was very good about it. Gail doesn't like to do that. So she didn't go out.
So she
put in this irrigation system, and now she doesn't do that much of it.
But the weeds
are like, you can't even see into her front porch is like hidden behind. And I said, you almost need to put decorative grass so it looks like you intentionally meant for this to happen, versus just your everyday weed.
Yeah, the weeds got out of control with me in the front last year, and the year before they started, I kind of kept up with them, but then something
kind of
whatever, and they were just completely out of control.
Yeah,
and I couldn't do anything. I hired a service to come in and just rip everything out.
Yeah,
I'm like, just please.
Yeah. Gail's going to do the same thing and get it down and
take everything out and
kind of just mulch certain areas and leave them. So when she decides to sell, someone could put a garden in, or they could put it back to grass if they want. So,
Yeah.
She's just going to mulch it so it looks really good.
But
So
I
on
did
that
I
note-
did take Tori down. I have a little place just under my deck where
She's got a little.
I have a
garden
little
there.
garden down there
Yeah.
that I haven't been into this year for whatever reasons.
Looks terrific.
Oh yeah, my planters on my deck are awesome.
Yeah.
But I had sprinkled wildflower seeds down in the little, I have a little garden that's down below my deck. And I thought, I'll just sprinkle these wildflower seeds down there and hopefully I'll just have a little patch of wildflowers and that'd be great. No, I had a patch of grass that is not like the grass. So my wildflower seeds must have been a patch of weird ryegrass or something.
Yeah, that's true.
It's
something in there that would normally.
So I had 3 foot tall grass growing back there that my daughter and I went down and we pulled most of it yesterday morning.
Well, it's sort of like when
I watered it the night before, so it would be easy to pull out. Yeah, so well, yeah, it was wild. It was wild grass seed.
Whatever. So you guys have a good week.
Yeah.
I don't have much here.
Hopefully the comments will show up because I'm sure they were able to actually post comments, but they didn't get to us. So hopefully they will show up
today
on the upload.
We live by it, we suffer from it, but we can't do without it. So it's gotten to be taking over our world. So surprising that AI can now reproduce itself.
Have you seen there's an AI platform program, whatever, that can, well, now you don't understand because you didn't really watch any of the Harry Potters, but in Harry Potter, there's a thing where like the photos, people like, or pictures on the walls of people, they come to life.
Oh, cool.
Right. So like a photograph of your childhood.
Yeah.
The children actually come to life in the photo and do whatever it is that they're doing in the photo. If they're playing on the beach or, whatever.
Splashing around doing the thing.
There's an AI program now that
can turn your picture.
Turns your picture into a video.
Oh my God.
And the people and images start doing whatever it is that they're doing in the photo.
Oh my God.
Y'all, it's so cool. But I think it's a little freaky.
Yeah.
And could be triggering to some people.
Well, yeah.
Especially if it's family members that have passed on.
Right. It could be. That's true.
Yeah. At any rate,
on that
AI could be good or bad.
Well, yeah, anything. Like when we first came out with it, your cell phone was a clunk. Calculators were add, subtract, multiply, and divide, and they were like this.
And then they end up putting cosine and sine, and
then they added that. And now you can do everything on the little bit on an app on your phone.
And now your computer.
My phone is
better than my computer.
Is better than the first space shuttle. I mean, spaceship. It is stronger than what sent them to the moon. Yeah. Apollo 13 and got launched. Whatever. So anyway,
you guys have a great week.
Have a good one and stay safe. And stay cool, and we'll talk to you next week. Wait, it is a touch screen.
It is a touch screen.
Damn it, I keep forgetting all the time. Oh.